Every morning in Malaysia, we wake up and turn on the tap. We cook, we shower, we clean, and we drink without thinking twice. But behind every drop of water we use, there is a river flowing quietly somewhere upstream. In Malaysia, more than 80% of our drinking water comes from rivers like the Johor River. These rivers are the lifeline of our nation. And protecting them is not just an environmental issue, it is about public health, safety and our future. Sir, how does water is treated in Malaysia? Before river water reaches our homes, it must pass through a water treatment plant. The process is systematic and carefully designed. First, screening removes large debris. Then, coagulation and flocculation cause tiny particles to clump together. Next, sedimentation allows these particles to settle. After that, filtration removes remaining impurities. Finally, disinfection ensures the water is safe to drink. This system works well, as long as the raw water quality is stable. But what happens when the river suddenly changes? Raw water contamination is an increasing concern in Malaysia today. On average, Malaysians consume 226 liters of water per person per day, one of the highest rates in Southeast Asia. However, polluted rivers reduce treatment efficiency, increase operational costs, and threaten drinking water safety. Malaysia has faced several major water pollution incidents, including
Sungai Kim, Johor 2019, where 20 to 40 tons of illegal chemical water waste were dumped at Johor River, where industrial pollution was suspected due to strong chemical odors. These incidents highlight how vulnerable our water sources are to contamination. Jess, could you explain the current worrying news about the turbidity spike in Johor Bahru?
In November 2025, something was wrong. The Johor River, which normally flowing with relatively clear water, turned thick, brown, and muddy. The cause was traced upstream to Kota Tinggi, where the sixth washing pond at an inland mining site suddenly burst. Due to soil movement and ground instability, the embankment failed. And when it collapsed, thousands of cubic meters of muddy water surged into Johor River basin. Within hours, the river changed completely.
Can you tell us more about the causes of this incident?
Sand mining, when poorly managed, disturbs the land. In this case, unstable soil and weak embankment design allowed the pond to fail. There was no adequate containment system, and oversight was insufficient. When the pond burst, it released silt, sediments, and fine sand particles known as suspended solids into the river. The result was shocking. Normally, turbidity levels in the Johor River are around 402. After the incident, turbidity spiked to an extreme 37,402. This was not just dirty water. It was water too contaminated for treatment plants to handle safely.
Jess, what is the consequences of the significant spike in turbidity level of the river?
High turbidity has a domino effect. Water treatment plants are designed for specific raw water conditions. When turbidity rises too high, sedimentation tanks overload. Treatment chemicals must be used excessively. To prevent damage, plants may be forced to shut down water intake completely and disrupting supply. Impact in environmental includes murky water blocks sunlight, reducing oxygen levels and disturbing aquatic ecosystems. Fish populations decline, affecting biodiversity and livelihoods. Communities face sudden water supply disruptions. People worry, is the water safe? When will supply return? Authorities such as DOE, JPS, SPAN, and BIAC are pressured to investigate, respond, and enforce accountability. The true cost of water pollution is far greater than what we see on the surface.
So how do we prevent this from happening again?
To prevent water pollution incidents like the one at the Johor River, early action is very important. Monitoring devices such as turbidity sensors can be placed upstream to detect dirty water early. When pollution is detected, water treatment plants can quickly close their intake gates to stop contaminated water from entering the system. Industries must also manage waste more responsibly. Using systems like zero-discharge filter presses helps remove water from muddy waste, turning it into solid material that can be safely stored instead of released into rivers. Water treatment plants should be improved to better handle sudden changes in water quality. At the same time, stricter enforcement by the government and environmentally responsible practices are needed to protect our rivers and ensure clean water for everyone. Clean water does not protect itself. It needs strong laws, responsible industries, and an aware public. Report pollution. Support clean water initiatives. Reduce activities that harm our rivers. Because when a river is polluted, it is not just water that suffers. It is people, ecosystems, and future generations. Protect our waters and secure our future.